Hey friends, it is April 6th, 2023, and we're 12 days away from the tax deadline day. And this video is to serve as a consumer warning about this product, Tax Cut by H&R Block. I have used the annual permutations of this for probably at least 12 years, maybe almost 20. This year's version is so buggy, and I've spent at least 2 months and probably 20 phone calls totaling about 12 hours with them, as well as online communication through Twitter and other sources, trying to get this figured out. They have no idea. And we, again, are 12 days away from when taxes have to be filed. Mine, which I spent a great deal of time putting together, are sitting on my computer waiting to go out, and I'm not going to send them until I'm confident that this is going to not be fixed, which I'm becoming more confident about that by the day, which means I have no confidence in H&R Block. And here's what's happening. So when you go and you download your financial transactions for the last year, they usually show up with a number and a stock symbol, and then the data about how much money and what the gain was or the loss was. Here's what this year's screen looks like. And I've tried 4 different downloads, and again, I've been on the phone for hours and hours and hours. If you look at the left-hand side, that's the number of shares I had of a security. There's a number, and then there's a period and a whole bunch of zeros afterwards. The zeros shouldn't be there. It should be, for instance, 350 KO for Coca-Cola, and then the other numbers. So this year, there are no stock symbols associated with any trades, and they can't figure out how to do it. Now, the strange thing is that for the many years I've used this program in the past, it's worked seamlessly. And, it's not like the tax code changed and their programmers couldn't figure out the change. It's something that's worked for years and years and years doesn't work anymore, and they can't figure it out, which is really crazy. And I'm beginning to think that maybe Napoleon Dynamite is their IT guy. I mean, what the heck is going on? And they know, and they tell me that it's a known bug among several apparently in the program, that many people have had problems with it, and they offered me a refund. Well, the problem is I've spent hours and hours and hours putting my tax form together, and no, I guess I'm going to have to send it in flawed. I hope it's not going to trigger an audit. Who knows? Here's another vexing thing. When you call, you get a recording, and of course, everybody has a recording these days, but this one tells you that an update will be ready by February 20th. McFly, it's April 6th. I've been calling since February. They've not updated that. If you're asleep at the switch, don't advertise it, friends. I will tell you that this is probably the best thing that ever happened to Intuit. Their TurboTax program is going to be my go-to from this day forward. And I just wanted to put this video out there. If you're on the fence about tax programs, and I'm sure most of you have already filed, but this one will give you more headaches than it will give you reasons to cheer about refunds or anything else. So avoid, again, Tax Cut by H&R Block. Really nice people on the phone. But, and they admit, it's like an ice cream store that doesn't have freezers that work. They admit they have a very buggy program. But kindness is great, and I appreciate that in customer service. But on the IT end, they're doing nothing about the problem. And again, we're 12 days away from when we all have to pony up the dough or at least send in the forms to the IRS. My best to you. Be safe, be kind, and we'll talk soon.